Hey, I'm Rantman, and today we're going to go over the Bloodied, Faster Fire Rate Gauss Minigun. The holy grail of Gauss miniguns. If we look at the damage here with my perk cards and having my health under 20% and having the mutation adrenal reaction, you see my damage is at 354 and my electrical damage is at 34. So quickly, let's just go over the perks. This is a heavy gunner power armor build. So in strength, you're going to want to have the 3 heavy gunner perks. To help from blowing yourself up, you're going to want to have fireproof under endurance. To help with some more damage mitigation, especially if you're playing solo, you want your lone wanderer. And then you're going to want nerd rage, stabilized, demolition expert under intelligence. You need the adrenal reaction to gain that bonus damage each time you kill an enemy up to 60% under agility. And then over here, bloody mess is key because you get 15% bonus damage. And then if you have mutations, you're going to need Class Freak and Starch Genes. And then this one can kind of be debatable sometimes depending on what you're doing, but you can take the one gun army as well. The mods I use for the gun is the Tri-Barrel, the Tesla Coil Capacitor, and the Gunner Sights. I think those mods are the best for the gun. I would say add the Prime Barrel to it. However, making those ammunition rounds takes a lot, so I have not converted over to that yet. So let's go ahead and test this out on some familiar faces. Some footage may look familiar as I reuse some clips from a corrupted video I posted before. So, this gun is almost hard to talk about. Not because it's bad, but because it's so good. If you're a bloody heavy gunner build, this gun is the quintessential gun you need. Yes, if you do junkies or a few other builds, yeah, it may not be the gun for you. But if you're going to maximize damage and put a hurting down on someone, give them the smack down, you're using this gun right here. I was finally able to get my hands on one of these and it feels kind of amazing. Usually if I get a gun I've been looking for a while, it's kind of a letdown and I feel kind of underwhelmed. But after getting this one, I actually feel whelmed. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm super excited about this gun. Like I said, it's not like a lot of the other high priority guns that I put up on the pedestal. After getting this one, I definitely did not feel let down, so I know this gun is the real deal. I really do like my Bloody Explosive Minigun though, and I think that one rocks and you get a bunch of different skins for it, which is really cool. And right now the Gauss Minigun, all you can get is like the Secret Service skin, which is black, which is kind of cool, but I know they're definitely going to change that in the future. I know right now the Gauss Shotgun, for the timed event in Nuclear Winter, you can actually get a camo skin, I believe, for that gun. So I can only imagine the type of skins they're going to come out in the future for the Gauss Minigun, especially since I'm sure the popularity has spiked with the DLC and being one of the, if not the best heavy gun. So as you can see here, we're just flying through these super mutants. We're annihilating ghouls down the burrows. There's really nothing this gun can't do. Well, minus like one-shotting the ScorchBeast Queen, which of course we all want to do that, and we'll see a little bit of that later in the video as well. And just to kind of a background on me, I just came back to playing Fallout after about a year break. So I came back with the Wastelanders DLC that dropped. And I never played a bloody build at all, so I'm really still trying to get into the feel and the groove of it. I really always just kind of done a general purpose all-around build, which seemed to work fine, but I really wanted to take things to the next level. So, if anyone's out there watching and you see I'm doing something wrong, I need to run a specific perk, or I need an armor mod or something that can make me a lot better and more proficient with the build, please drop some advice for me. I'd really appreciate that. Because, one of the main reasons why I like doing these YouTube videos is I get a lot of feedback from people and they definitely improve my game and give me some good pointers on where I should go. I do believe you have to have fun in the game though, and it's not always about trying to just min-max your damage, even though it is really awesome to see what max damage is. But you just gotta have fun overall, so if you have a build you like, stick with it. You don't have to always be in the meta. Now moving on a bit here, I just wanna note that I do have Fireproof on, Emergency Protocols on my torso, One Wanderer perk, and Nerd Rage perk, and I still blow myself up with this gun. So yes, with other variants of the Gauss Minigun, and even things like the Bloodied Explosive Minigun, you notice you don't really take that much damage. But with this one, I think you just output so much damage, you definitely don't mitigate that explosive damage to 0. So just a heads up that you're going to probably still want to watch yourself when you're in close combat situations and you have the low health. So, there's not really too much to say besides, this gun is pretty awesome. You have the power of Grayskull, right? That was the show. And, I'm sure eventually there'll probably be some type of dupe and, everyone will have one. And I don't blame anyone because this is an amazing gun. I think it was good for Bethesda to implement a way, for players to actually be able to roll specific items in the new DLC. So, you getting Gauss Minigun, Secret Service armor, Plasma Caster is great, but it's definitely grinding. If you don't have the RNG gods on your side, then it can be rough. I get why they make items, to bind to your character, but they should at least be able to be used account-wide, make it bound to account, not character. I just hate being time-gated by, script and legendary modules for you to roll. So, like I said, I get why they did what they did about having it kind of character-bound, but I do like games where you can trade all items, but yes, that can lead to many different issues. I know personally I rolled so many Gauss Miniguns, and then I get things like Troubleshooters, Nocturnal, Instigators, and, things that aren't really great, but I don't really want to necessarily sell them or script them, so they just sit in my inventory for a long time. So, you go, oh, suppressors with 25% fire rate. Maybe this will be good. I mean, really, the only other gun that I have a video on that I think is really good is going to be the Vampire Faster Fire Rate gun. I think that gun is really awesome if you're just looking for kind of a general purpose survivability build, but you can still have Adrenal Reaction to boost up your damage and, where your health is low, but again, you have Vampire, so you're always replenishing, and I think with with Adrenal Rush and Max Adrenaline Rush, I think your damage tops out around 296 damage, which is pretty awesome. And then you just run around feeling indestructible, and that is an awesome feeling to have. And then even when close-up combat, shooting things at your feet, you're not really blowing yourself up because you're hitting things and it's boosting your health back up. However, another gun I'd really like to have in my arsenal would be the Anti-Armor Faster Fire Rate gun. I think that would be great, but I kind of already hit the jackpot, so beggars can't really be choosers at this point. And you're just seeing right here, I'm already flying through things and just melting everything with the Bloodied gun. So don't really think that's an issue. I'm just melting everything like just warm Jif peanut butter over warm bread or toast. It's just smooth. Oh yeah, smooth. Well, anyways, here's what you guys are actually probably here to see. Is going to be the ScorchBeast Queen fight. I wasn't really able to solo this, but I kept getting server interruptions, and when you get server interruptions, the time actually still keeps counting, and it keeps counting down. So I had like 5 or 6 of these, some like a couple minutes apiece. So I think I could have done it, but again, just with all the server interruptions, they kind of killed everything. And I do want to note, this is actually the first time I'm attempting to solo a ScorchBeast Queen, and I really didn't think I did that horrible. I mean, lessons are definitely learned for the future, and how to prepare, and how to get the nuke zone in a sweeter spot, so I have a bigger fight area outside of the radiation zone. But overall, it was a pretty fun experience, and I definitely am going to do it again. And as I stated before, if you guys are watching this fight saying, oh, you're doing something wrong, or you could be killing quicker, you should be able to shoot that down in one shot, please give me some advice. I really appreciate that feedback. However, it's not always about the damage numbers, though, like I was saying. There are many different builds and many different ways in which you can play. As long as you enjoy the game and have fun doing what you do, then that's all that really matters. But again, if you want to be part of the meta and you want to be part of all that, then yeah, this is probably going to be one of the best, or at least I'm going to say probably top 3 heavy weapon guns you can get for sure. So on that note, if you found this video entertaining, please drop a like, and if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.